Welcome back guys to the SSAS tips and tricks. In last session we discussed about where the MOLAP data will be stored, or the data will be stored when you select the storage mode as MOLAP. And I also told you that we can change the data file path and so on, right? I told you the data will be stored in data folder under the default hierarchy, whatever you can see on my screen. And whether we can change it or not, or is it default, whether I have to go with the same folder structure, or I can create my new. Let's say if I want to store the data in my desktop, which will be easy for me to access instead of coming here all the way every time, whether I can do it or not. If yes, then how can I do it? So remember, to make these kind of changes, you need to have administrator access to the analysis services. If you don't have that, you can't do anything. Okay. So first let me start here. This is the folder, and the answer for that one is yes, you can change the data folder. You can change it at the time of installation as well as at the, after installation. Now I installed the server and I used it. I have AdventureWorks DW, Adventure ADB database. Oops, sorry. I've done something. I corrupted something. I copied some file from, I think it should be here. I think so. I'm not sure. It looks like I corrupt this database. Yeah, server. Let me do one thing. Let me take in another one. I have another instance on the same. Let me connect to that one. This is the SQL Server dev instance. Hopefully this is good. I move files from one folder to another folder. It's not good, so that's why I feel that I corrupted the server. Okay. So where the data will be stored for this instance? First, let me go to that folder. I have to go to my computer and C drive, program files, Microsoft SQL Server, and it's a SQL dev instance. So this is the SQL dev instance. Under that you have data. Continue. And it's opening the data folder, and this is the default data for the data folder for this particular instance of analysis services. Now let me show you how to change the data folder. So to change the data folder, you can apply the same way whatever I'm going to explain you for changing the log folder, for changing the temporary folder, for changing the backup folder, whatever you want. You can see these, there are four or five, right? Log, data, backup, and temporary, which will be used whenever the processing or the querying will be done, right? You can change anything, whatever you want. So in our case, let's set this data folder to a new one. So first what you need to do is you have to connect to the analysis services, SSMS using analysis services. Analysis services using SSMS as administrator. In this case, I'm the administrator, so I connected as administrator here. Then you have to go to the properties, and you can see a lot of properties here. And if you want to see even more, you can select this option, advanced. If you are searching for some analysis server property which is not listed here, that is because the show advanced properties is set to false, that is unchecked. So if you check it, you will get even more properties. But the property that I'm looking for is available in the default or the minimum set of properties, right? Basic properties. So the one I'm looking for is, and you can see here, this is the backup directory folder. Can you see? This is backup, and this is data, and this is log. So this is the current value. This is the current value, and this is the default value. Everything is same because I've never changed it after installation. So let me change it now, the data folder. So instead of this, I have created a folder on my desktop. Let me go to that. This is the data folder which I've created. So let me open it so that I'll get the path here. So I'm copying it, and I'm gonna give it as new value for my data folder. So going forward, this is the folder I'm gonna use for cube storage and everything. This is the folder that I'm gonna use as MOLAP storage, okay, data storage. Now this is done. Once I click on OK, now it will show, you can see one of the column here is restart. So it is showing S for it. That means the properties for which it is marked as S, if you make any change to those properties, you need to restart the server. or even if you are not aware of this, when you click on OK, it will say there are pending property values that require restarting analysis services in order to be applied. So if you want to go ahead, you can go ahead, or else you can cancel it if you don't want, or if you can't restart the analysis services at that point of time, and you can schedule it for later time. So I can go for it. So let me click on OK, and this is my data folder, right? Let me minimize it a little bit to show the parallel processing or updating. Now I can restart the analysis services from here too. I'm going for the option restart. It will prompt for you want to go ahead with this? Yes, I want to go ahead. Let me see. Let me show you what happens when I restart it. So this is the data folder, whatever I have given. This is the new data folder path I have given, and the server is restarting now because it requires a restart to apply the changes that I've done for the property. And you can see all this data, everything is coming here, right? You can see the data folder is ready. This is your data folder going forward. And you can try the same by using bits. You can take the project and you can try to deploy something to the server. Let's do it very quickly. So first let me see to which instance it is pointing to, or which server. It is pointing to default. So let me change it to Rupesh 71. I think it's SQL Dev is the instance name that I've given. I'm not sure. Let me check it. SQL Dev. Yeah. Now let me deploy it quickly. And the deploying is in pro. Oops, there is something wrong. Let me check that quickly. Oops, this is access issues. I can fix it quickly. I don't have access to the folder, whatever I've created now. So what I'll do is I'll open the bits as administrator for now. So let me go and run it as administrator. Yes. And let me open it. And let me check whether the change that I have done for the server is still there or not. If it is there, then I can go ahead with the deployment. Yeah, it is available. Well and good. And now let me go ahead and process it. Yes. It is deploying and processing, and let's see how our new data folder is now. Okay, let me click on run. And can you see the new data folder here? The cube structure is created or copied into the new data folder, whatever I have specified. So going forward, this is our data folder. Okay. So this is how you can make the change in the data folder, default data folder, and you can set it. You can see the changes happening here continuously. The files are getting created, deleted. It's really beautiful. You try to spend more time on this. It's really interesting topics, these analysis services, deployment side, and changing the data folders and all. This is the first time installation, right? So there is nothing here as of now. Once the complete data is read, everything will be applied here, and there will be hell of files copied to this particular partition folder. And one more important point to note here is we moved the data folder, right? We moved the data folder to a new location, but the database that is already exists. For example, here this is the old data folder that will be as is. You don't need to worry about that. That will be as is. There is one database adv_copy. This is not moved to the newly created data folder. So that is how it is designed. If you want to move, I don't see there is any option. I'll tell you why I don't like to copy and paste in my next video. Okay. So for this video, I hope you understood how to change the property of the default data folder for the analysis services. Remember, you need to have administrator access. Then only you can go ahead and do the stuff like this. And there are multiple other properties which I'll be covering in the coming sessions. And let me quickly show you one more thing before signing off. If I don't have administrator access, what will happen? Can I do that? I'll show you that one too. I'm logging into SQL Server Management Studio as non-administrator who don't have access to the stuff. Let me show you what error message you are going to get if you don't have access. For now, let me close this. I don't need it anymore. Where is this guy? Yeah, here it is. I'm connecting to the correct instance. Perfect. And I think I don't have access to this. Let me go to the properties page. First, it will throw an error saying that the connected user is not an analysis service server administrator. Only an administrator can make changes to the server properties. This is why I love my current job. I'm an administrator. I only have access to hell of servers. Okay, this is a very interesting job. So keep in mind, if you don't have administrator access for the analysis services, you can't make the changes. And what is the status? This is still going on. So you need to wait until the process is completed to see all the files in the partition. So I'm saying, it is done. You can see it copied means it's almost all done. Yes, it is completed, and you can see all the files are copied, and the fact data is 4070 KB that is available, that is pulled from the database table. And this is how you can make the changes to the data folder of your analysis services. Hope this helps you guys. Really, I mean, instead of going for the default structure, default hierarchy, folder hierarchy, it's always better to define one which is easily accessible. Or generally what people will do is they will have a log folder, data folder in OneDrive. If they have 10 instances on one single host, what they will do is they will have 3 data folders in drive E and 3 data folders in drive F and something like that. So this really hope this really helps you guys, and subscribe to my channel for more videos on NSPI tools, and catch you very, very soon. Again, thank you for watching guys. Bye bye. Have a great day.